Today could possibly be the final day that we receive teasers for Chapter 19. And take a look, everyone, on what we received today.
토요일에 잡혔던 인터뷰는 취소했어. 그리고 그날은 스튜디오 근처에도 오지 말고 쉬도록 해. 힘들지도 모르잖아, 그날은.
무슨 특별한 날이야?
토요일이 그날... 화재가 난 날로부터 1년이 되는 날이잖아.
그럼 모두가 주목하겠군. 인터뷰 다시 잡아. 할 수 있어.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the King, and welcome back to the channel. And as I said at the beginning, this potentially could be the final day that we have teasers for Chapter 19, with the reveal potentially being tomorrow. This is what a lot of people are speculating and saying, so if it does happen tomorrow, make sure you guys are subscribed to keep up to date with it. We'll be posting as soon as everything comes out. It might be a reveal trailer or even the PTB. If not tomorrow, it will probably be next week, but we'll see what happens. Normally with these teasers, when they're putting them out so early, we typically get things on the following Tuesday, so tomorrow might be the big day. Stay tuned, we'll have to wait and see. But we haven't covered some of the other leaks, and I wanted to wrap everything up in a bow and basically give the final idea and suggestions of everything that could potentially come on into the game and everything we know about Chapter 19. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into it. We have to take it all the way back in case you guys don't know what's going on. The first thing that we received with the Chapter 19 hype was the Dead by Daylight Twitter just magically got taken over. And basically what happened, we saw this person take over the Dead by Daylight account. They had the Mighty One Entertainment logo, and they also changed their name. They tweeted out saying, "Working all night, stay tuned," and they spoke in Korean hashtags, and they showed a picture of a coffee cup. We could see skyscrapers in the background. They got a lot of people speculating on what this could be. And then the next thing that they posted on the account was "Feeling It" with a fire and explosion emoji, and they had the hashtags in Korean again with flex and slay, and it showed their outfit. They didn't show their face, and then a lot of people speculated about what that meant. We said that this could be correlation with someone that was a big-time celebrity taking over the Dead by Daylight account and just using it as their way of social media. Whether this is a survivor or the killer, we don't exactly know, but they're just talking to us through this account and updating their fans essentially on what's going on. We then received this clip, which we didn't get to cover, which was basically a music file, an audio file, and about in 3 seconds and 19 milliseconds, it rewinds, and a lot of people speculated that, hey, that's probably when we're going to be getting this chapter, but it doesn't make sense considering that's a Thursday, so it's more than likely to come out on a Tuesday, which could possibly be tomorrow or the following week. Wasn't much information gathered there, and I did make a video covering this, but I didn't end up posting it because I just felt like I was repeating myself. But long story short, I essentially said that this ties into the idea that this person is an artist or a creator of some sort. That's why their name is Magnum Opus, and they're working on a large piece of important work, whether that being art or music or themselves. It might be a metaphor with all of this, and that's why they're naming themselves Magnum Opus. So there was a lot of speculation about that, and then a lot of people were also saying that there could be correlation with K-pop. If this person is speaking in Korean and they are a musician, then there might be a correlation between K-pop. For those of you guys that don't know, K-pop is Korean pop, so it does draw a line together and makes a lot of sense. And finally, we received the audio clip that we had today, and this basically was tweeted out again at 11 a.m. as they always do, and the translations to everything basically says, "I canceled the interview on Saturday. Also, don't come near the studio that day. Take a break. It will be a hard day." And this unknown character says, "What's special about the day?" And Yun-Jin, who is potentially the survivor of the killer, says, "Saturday is a year since the fire." And then they replied, "Then everyone will pay attention. Hold the interview again. You can do it." So this started to let a lot of people speculate even more, looking back at the tweets and seeing, maybe this survivor could be a burn victim, or killer can be a burn victim. That's why they've showed the coffee cup representing, something that's really hot. They're talking about "feeling it" with a fire emoji, and now they're talking about this fire that happened almost a year ago to this date. It could be something along the lines, and hence why they haven't showed their face. in their previous posts or in their profile picture. And maybe this was like a big celebrity and now they're coming out to finally give the big reveal, essentially. And maybe something tragic happens if it's the survivor, or maybe they become the killer off of this. We don't really know. Now, one thing that I have noticed is that a lot of times in Dead by Daylight's teasers and promotions, they typically tease the killers. We don't really see the survivor that's being teased, so maybe this is a huge curveball and this is actually the killer. Now, keep in mind as well, most of the killer lores are always pretty sad. There have been killers that just killed straight out, but they're typically all really, really sad stories and why they became killers. And if you look more to the survivor side, typically they sometimes do bad things, or it just correlates that way. If you think about Dwight, like poisoning his boss or cheating in a boxing fight, etc., versus killers where, you know, Evan's father was, you know, terrible, or Hillbilly's parents were terrible to him, etc. So it could make sense that this person, who could potentially be the killer, went through something that was so horrific and so sad, and that is why they are the way they are. We'll have to wait and see. But it's quite interesting with all of this information as well. Another thing I want to talk about that was brought up to my attention was that the rewind button on the actual teaser that came out on the 26th of February, a lot of people are saying that, hey, this could potentially mean that the killer has a rewind power. Now, I think this one is a little bit too black and white and a little bit too obvious. You know, this is similar to when the Oni came out and we saw everything pretty much going in reverse, which wasn't actually in reverse. The Oni was just absorbing blood, and I said that his power is going to deal with blood rather than reversal of time, but that was a big speculation during the time. It was just a little bit too obvious. You know, I think this one is very obvious as well, that it wouldn't necessarily be a rewind power. It could potentially be, and I could eat my words here, and it could be as black and white, similar to when they did with Pyramid Head, but I don't think that that's going to be the case. I think maybe this killer might have something to do with, you know, affecting generators and gen speeds and playtime and so on and so forth, but I don't necessarily think it'll be rewinding time, essentially. It would be quite interesting to see something like that, however. And that is pretty much all the information that we know for this chapter. A lot of theories have been ranging all over the place. I've been seeing a lot of cool things and a lot of cool concepts. Also, do not be confused. Polly also put out his video today talking about this. Anything that you've seen from Lumi, Yanima, me, or Polly were just all fake, essentially. You know, it was just to build up some hype. We changed our profile pictures and just jumped on with the hype train and made some cool little teasers for you guys, but it had nothing to do with anything. We just wanted to build up some hype and give everybody a good laugh and just, you know, throw our hat in the ring, essentially. But we honestly didn't even know what we were getting into, because we know as much as you guys. It was a lot of fun, and as Polly mentioned in his video as well, a lot of you guys also did the same thing that we did, you know, putting on this profile picture, putting on this header, not knowing what it is, and it just generates a lot of hype, and it's really fun. I said this in a few other my videos with some of these chapters and these teasers. The hype just wasn't at the same level as some previous chapters before that, specifically with like Deathslinger and Twins and Blight. We just got like one teaser and that was it. So this new marketing strategy that Dead by Daylight has is absolutely amazing, because you're always in the loop of what's going on, building up to this chapter, and then everyone coming together, making their theories and pushing this a little bit more. It really does feel like a really hyped up chapter. And I'm very excited to see if it's just all hype or if it's actually really good. And potentially we could see this tomorrow. And if it does come out tomorrow, make sure you guys are indeed subscribed to the channel to know everything when it comes out. We'll be posting everything tomorrow if it comes out, or if it comes out next week, we'll do it all then. But I am pretty excited for this. I can't wait to see what this chapter entails and what it could be and what everything means, so we can actually put all the pieces together and be like, wow, this made so much sense if only we knew. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap it up for this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like down below, share this with your friends so they can be caught up with all of the Chapter 19 hype. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel for some more daily Dead by Daylight content. If everything does come out tomorrow, we'll keep you up to date with all of that. We'll post all the perks, post the gameplay, post the powers, tie all the lore together. There potentially could be a trailer tomorrow as well, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that if time is right. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. As always, I'm the King. I did my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fall.